This is a 31 Pearls production, all rights reserved.
Morals and Precepts, Chapter 30, Discretion. Discretion and caution are not akin to cowardice. Even the ants march armed. It is wise to cross the field before you abuse the bull, and learn to swim before you rock the boat. Go not into a gathering of men when in the mood to fight, and their temper tends toward strife. Avoid doing what many others are doing, for if the crew become too many, the boat sinks. Sharpened knives come readily to the hands of those who would oppose entry by the unbidden. It is unwise to seek entrance otherwise than by invitation, and at the proper time. Before opening your mouth in the presence of others, be clear in your thoughts. And when you speak, weigh your words carefully and use them sparingly. Words once spoken take wings and cannot be recaptured. Be reserved, for if you tell everyone your affairs, they will be taken out of your hands. Examine the circumstances of every deed and its possible outcome before you embark upon any course of action. It is folly to open your mouth or to undertake anything until the consequences have been fully weighed. Thus disgrace will never overshadow your path, nor shame enter the door of your dwelling. With discretion directing your steps, remorse will be unknown, and never will sorrow for your deeds bear heavily upon your shoulders. Let prudence always walk by your side. Her voice speaks with words of wisdom, and her hand will ever guide you safely along the paths of right. She will guard you from the blows of disaster, and shield you from the winds of affliction. Give ear to her soft counsels of prudence, and write them on the tablets of your heart. She is the mother of all virtues, and the guardian of content. Accept no favor from the rash man, and no benefit from the vain one. They seek but to gratify their selfish feelings, and their motive is vanity, and their end self-importance. Discretion, prudence, and diligence do not bring success unfailingly, for such is contrary to the law. Earthly success is not the inevitable attendant of he who serves the purpose of life. Refuse the favors of the mercenary man, for they are toils not easily discarded. Never hasten swiftly to attain that which will be advantageous. The prudent man hastens slowly. Never create the circumstances which will destroy an advantage or opportunity. That which is gained by haste will be quickly lost, but that which is gained cautiously will be retained. Remember, too, that goods and gold, like weapons of war, require careful handling. Weigh all things you do in your heart, and shape not your course by the tongue. Even if the tongue of a man be the helm of a boat, as is declared in the new writings, it is still the heart which is the lookout in the bows. A prudent man keeps knowledge concealed behind his tongue, but the tongue of a fool declares his folly. The man who speaks without thought is led astray by his tongue. He is trapped in the mesh of his foolish words. Judge all men with discretion and reserve, without haste and without prejudice. Judge no man by the talk in the marketplace, but as he appears in your eyes. The marketplace popularity of a man is no recommendation. Be prudent in your dealings with all men, that you may be respected for your honesty. Turn your plow at the edge of the field, and drive no furrow across the boundary of another. Let your cattle not stray from your own pastures. Better one measure of land, which is yours by deed, than 1,000 measures acquired by deceit and dishonesty. There is a time for boldness, and a time for discretion. Therefore hasten to gather the wisdom, to know one from the other. For none but those who have done so will live in peace and prosper. Fools run into the marshlands and perish, but the wise test every step and pass through. None but a fool stands under a leaning wall. Be courageous and cautious, not courageous and foolhardy, for foolishness can counter the most courageous deeds. The greatest attribute of man, that which sets him apart from the beasts of the field and forest, the most dangerous and discomforting gift of God, is free will. Yet it is the golden promise of godhood. Therefore, at all times, leaven your deeds with caution, and measure them with prudence as a guide. For as the whirlwind raises the sweeping sandstorm that overwhelms the works of men, so does the irresponsible voice of the multitude overwhelm reason in those who listen to it without judgment. Seek the true meaning behind the words which fall from the tongue. See if truth be in the heart of the speaker, or only her shadow. Let your life be governed by reason and experience, so that if failure attend your enterprise, you answer for it to none but yourself.